Yeah, hi Durgesh. Durgesh, are you there?
Yes, yes. Hi.
Yeah, can you open your camera?
Uh,
Okay.
I should,
Yes, yes.
but not going. Can
Sorry?
I refresh my?
Yeah, yeah. You,
Yes.
yes. Can you turn on your camera? Hello? Yes.
Yes.
So last time we had taken to that L1 interview, right? So Durgesh, actually, I will give you one more opportunity for you. That is that I'm going to give it one what requirement. So that requirement completely depending upon what CUD operations. So if you, I will give that what are the fields we have to take in and what we have to develop, what are the technologies we have to use to develop that APIs. So I will give you that requirement FDD I will give you. So based on that, you can develop to that APIs and you can give me to the demo. Then further we can give to that what guys requirement. Okay. So are you
Okay.
agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to sharing my screen and I will show you. So my screen visible, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is that requirement. Okay. So in this requirement, what are the fields is there? See, this is that employee registration module is that we have a one of the requirement. So in that, what we have to description, we need to give that allow new employee registration into that system. So for that, we need to take a fields. This is the field we need to take. Okay. Yeah. So this is the field we need to take first name, last name, email address, contact number, address, date of birth, department, and position and employee ID. Yeah. So this is the fields you should be take in entity class, right? So for this you should be take a validation, right? There is a DTO class you can take and you can write that validation for this. All fields are that required. Email address, format, validation, contact number, format, validation, date of birth should be within a reasonable range, right? So that range you should be give greater than range is that greater than 18 years. Okay, you should be followed to that validation. Getting it, Durgesh? Hello. Durgesh, am I audible?
But that is left. So my local is it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Can you again?
Yeah. So this is that employee registration module is that requirement is there, Durgesh.
Can you remove the audio video nego
Sorry.
on screen audio video participant.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So see here that employee registration module is that requirement. So in that you should be take as a fields. This is the field you should be take as a entity class, and right, created data and updated data is that mandatory field. You should be take a two variables, two extra properties, right? So, and which one is that important? There is a what here is that you should be applied to that validation here, right?
Okay.
You can take as a DTO class. Inside that DTO class, you can validate that what are the fields we require to that apply to that validation. You should be applied here in DTO class.
Okay. But in contact, what is relation? Only Indian and the one.
Yeah, you should be validate to that first name, last name, email address, contact number, address, date of birth, department, positions, and yeah, employee ID. It is automatically it will be taken.
Okay.
Okay. So this is that form data. This is that fields. This is that form data. Okay. So that yeah, that UI developer can develop that form for this requirement. You should be work on to that backend. So you can first of all you should be complete. This is that requirement, and based on that developing things, I will give that requirement next after completion of this requirement. Okay.
Okay.
So that functionality, what are the functionality? See, there is a submit registration form, store employee details in the database, generate employee ID automatically, send confirmation email upon successfully registration. This is that functionality. Okay, means what is the mean of it? Means when you are going to our save in backend, what we have to do, we need to implement to that email functionality. When we are going to store the data in database, that same time I need to send that email use what send that one text to that email ID, right? That email functionality you should be use it. Yeah, that's technology stack is that this is that what front end. So that front end you are no need to take. This is that back end you should be implement. Yeah, already there is a front end developer is there. So the front end developer will create a what this is a stack used to develop to that UI page for this. Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, so that this is the field you should be analyze that requirement. First of all, create a database table and create microservice is nothing but this is that all the requirement it will become in a single project only. Okay. And
Okay.
create packages, analyze classes and methods, develop business logic in service IMPL class, and you should be write as a JUnit test cases also.
Okay.
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 So this is that our requirement, and what are the technology stack you should be use is nothing but backend. This is the technology stack you should be use. Programming language Java 8, Java and Java 8 you should be use. Okay. Framework is that
Java version 8, upper anyone.
yeah, Java 8 minimum Java 8 you should be use. Java 7 also you can use. Java 7, Java 8 is that mandatory. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and Spring framework is that Spring Boot. You can develop that application only Spring Boot only.
Okay.
Okay, and architecture is that it is that what microservice based application you should be implement.
Okay.
Okay, so microservice is nothing but that remaining configuration not able to required now, means there is a Eureka server, admin server, Jenkins server not required, but which project we are going to creating as a Spring Boot, that act as a Spring Boot microservice only. Okay. Yeah, and database you should be used to that what MySQL database, right? Do you have AWS RDS service knowledge?
Yeah, little bit.
Yeah, if you so can you store the data into that AWS, or you can store into that local?
I have stored in local, but I have one project stored in AWS.
Yeah, you can try it. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So and API testing tool you should be used to that what guys? Postman or Swagger API.
Okay.
First of all, you should be used Postman. If it is working fine, then you can use to that Swagger. So that Swagger, do you have knowledge on Swagger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And JN test cases, you should be used to that Marketo framework only.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have knowledge on that?
No, but I can.
Yeah. Okay. And you should be push the code into that Git. I will give that GitHub link also. So you should be push the code in that. Okay.
Okay.
And there is a code storage is GitHub, and this do you have knowledge on to that what CI/CD deployment process?
Yeah. Yes. On GitHub.
Which one? GitHub, no.
GitHub.
Deployment.
No.
Yeah, if you don't have, no problem. You should be work onto the till this. Push the code into the GitHub.
Okay.
Okay. So this is that requirement, guys. This is the requirement. So based on this technology, you should be implement.
Okay.
So when you have to complete it, tell me how many days you have to require.
1 2 week.
2 weeks means I will give you 14 days.
Okay.
Because of it is act as a sprint. Remaining sprint also I will give that based on this sprint only.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, yeah. So if it is completions your end, then I will give that requirement next onwards, guys. After completion this sprint, then you should be give me the demo. Then I will give you.
Okay.
Okay. So this is that very helpful you guys. Okay. So you should be completed. Okay. So
Okay.
this is that yeah, this is that requirement. So can you take this screenshot?
Okay. Can you share this PPT?
FDD I need to share a
Can you share this PDF?
video.
PDF.
Yeah, I will share you this PDF to you. So based on the FDD, you can complete this project. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you should be take as a max 14 days.
Okay.
If you complete within that 10 days also no problem, but you should be complete. Okay. If you are facing to that any issue, please let me know.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we use the exception handling, anything like.
Yes. We you should be used to that exception handling. Jane test cases, yeah. So that I will check to that what in negative scenario. For there is a happy path, unhappy path is there, right? So unhappy path where we should be what test your API means if you are see, this is that what we have to call postman, right? This is that postman. I'm going to storing the data. I'm going to storing the data. So with that empty, but when I'm going to send the data, then that first name should be stored here. Yes or no?
Not store.
Yeah. So it will be store, maybe store or no. But if it is passing as a empty, but we should be write as a validation. I don't want to store as a empty or null values. Okay. You
Okay.
should be validate that. You should be write that what we have to call exception handling for this.
Okay.
Okay. Validation must
Okay.
and should required for this. So I will share a document for this. Then you should be complete, guys.
And exception which global.
Global
Yeah,
exception,
look.
yeah, global exception handling you should be used.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, can you check? Do you have any questions in that? I'm going to give in that
No.
technology stack. I'm going to give in that FDD. So do you have anything, any questions in that?
No, at the time.
You don't have any questions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will share you. Please complete it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So
Thank
thank you, Durgesh. I will share it.
you. Yes, thank you.